I used to call them perceptual instruments, but I sometimes call them day trip tools.
Yeah. Day trip tools.
Yes.
This is interesting. You know how I call this? I call them Utflucht.
Aha. Yeah.
Day trips, but it means that it's very funny because then you close the duration. When you say day trip, it's close. You know.
Yes, it's because I don't want it to be, you know, sort of male testosterone adventure trip thing. I want this to be more of a stroll. What I mean? It's a trash bin, a litter bin.
Yeah.
On wheels, with a little roof.
Yeah.
And a little, you know, stick for the birds to sit on, to land on. Because this is actually made for birds. There's also a painting of a bird here that's very hard to see. It's a magpie. I made this for an exhibition in a shop window where there was actually a trash can standing in front of it, where there were lots of people finding bottles, and I have experienced or heard of people telling other people off for taking trash, which I find very stupid, because so this is actually, you know, it's a feeding station for magpies, or maybe also gulls that feed on trash. It's sort of an allegorical piece, or sort of draws this parallel between man and animal. You know, by this I want to encourage to give your trash away to other organisms, other beings. You know.
Yeah.
So this is an argument for like being large with this and giving things away, rather than just saying, "Oh, it's disgusting. Look at him. He's looking for things in the trash." You know?
Yeah.
I sometimes make these very, sort of, I don't know, rough parallels, draw parallels between man and animals.
It's a bit biblical.
Yeah, I don't know. It's probably a bit detestable. What do you call it? It's probably.
It comes from God.
I don't know.
All the kind of reconciliation between nature, animals, man, and
yes,
machines.
Yes, of course. Yeah, be nice if it ever worked out.
Where the human being you are representing is getting to accomplish himself into an harmony between all these elements.
Yeah. Yes. When will we ever find out? I mean, yes, of course, it's in a way also sometimes a bit of utopian, naivistic, utopian thing, or like this longing for a better world.
Yeah, but this comes first by your own. You have to self-accomplish your own system.
Yes. Strategy. Yeah.
Are you in peace? Or are you not stressed, but are you?
Sometimes. I mean, sometimes yes. I mean, sometimes I think this art is a bit of a waste of time when you could actually make things that could function or could improve the environment or something. But yeah, maybe I should have become an engineer instead.
No, but the way it's a waste of time, it's another thing. This is about rentability, if you wish. but do you feel yourself you are kind of stepping, growing better in peace? Like people will do yoga more and more exercise. And
Yes.
Are you reaching? Can you feel that machine after machine or perception after perception? You go somewhere?
Yes, I mean, when I'm not stressing and I'm just building things, it's very satisfying. It's very giving. Like the material. It's also I could tell this guy who told me to make conceptual art written on paper. The material is so great. There's so many materials and they're so different. And crafts, I admire craftsmen, like real craftsperson, but I never reached that stadium. I'm sort of I'm just a trash, what do you call that, a tinkerer. But I love the variety of materials and all the possibilities that are, and I love to have all these things just lying around and we can just go and drool over this.
Yeah.
And it's very nice when I, especially in the night, I have my beer here and I work.
So you swim into these textures.
Yeah.
They're like fish.
Exactly.
You swim and you look all your stuff and colors and. So you get a trip out of that.
Yes.
You are contemplative with all these textures.
Yeah, on the best days, yes.
So this is like an aquarium for you. You will open the door and then you will
say it
be.
better than I could.
Yeah, I have a friend like you also. He had a space like you, and the way he put also some photos, but he will surround himself by like an amniotic bag in his mother, where he will feel basically comfortable, surrounded by stuff like you that maybe don't seems to be soft. All of them, but he likes all this material. So this is like a salad. There is a composition. It's a good balance between what is sharp and not sharp and the texture. So you have, for example, this is a mess or it's a composition? It's a bouquet or?
Yeah, a bouquet is maybe saying.
It's pure coincidence the way it's put, or you rearrange like a garden or?
It's probably more coincidence, but I sometimes rearrange it sort of more so it is more accessible, right? And I dig in it.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's a nice feeling to dig in it, like a mold.
Yeah, you do that. Yeah.
You find things.
Yeah.
That's good.
Wow. It's strange. I'm opposite.
Crap.
Yeah.
Collection of wood. I have more we have a little wood shop on one of the rafts on one of the boats.
But you say you don't have so many ID often, but you don't need ID if you have a kind of intuitive surrounding with things. It doesn't need an ID somehow.
Yeah. But I was always wishing for that, and people keep asking me, like, well, Hartmut, if you see a form like this, do you think, oh, I'm gonna make this and that out of that? I have a new idea for an art piece. No, it's unfortunately it doesn't work like that. I actually have a piece that I always thought this is perfect rucksack for something, and I never turned it into a rucksack, and I'm not sure if I've even thrown it away by now. It doesn't really work like that for me. It's always the idea that comes first, and then I have to find the right material, and then the digging starts, and they're like these are treasures. I mean, I don't want to waste them. Instead of sawing a little piece of tube off of the long one, I'd rather dig for half an hour to find a short tube that's already sawed off. It's
it's gold. It's but it's because you are looking for the movement or the function of this, but you don't need that. you could
No,
just
that's
have
pure
this
pleasure.
as
Pure pleasure is
yeah.
not
It's not
necessary for the art piece.
So the art piece is asking a little more than the
Pure pleasure.
the water with the algae.